welcome in. Today we are playing some red, purple, and jewels, and we're just getting straight into it. Alright, won the dice roll, that's good. What do we got? So, this is our best one drop. We don't really have a lot of interaction, so we'll throw everything back and just keep the one. And oh, this is a bit of a sketchy hand, but let's see how we go. We have a very aggressive opener, so this could be really good. Alright, looks like we're versing yellow-purple, so we're just going to flood the board with evasives and off we go. Alright, I really like Mrs. Incredible here, but we just got to play the Scrooge, boost, and while we have control of the evasives, we are going to oops, no, didn't want to do that. Take advantage. So we'll quest with the Randall. We don't want to quest with the Dash because it gets eaten by the Dumbo. And we are doing okay. Oof, that was a good move. Yep, that was a good move. That was really cool. Well played, opponent. I love that. Yeah, very nice. That's so good. Alright, this is good. We got the Devoter first. We got some good cards in our hand. Yeah, this is not looking bad at all. The only thing we can't currently deal with at the moment is the Dumbo. We'll let them draw here. And I think I'm actually just going to play Randall. I'm not going to ink here because I really want the cat. The cat. Oof. Bye-bye Randall again. Yeah, well played. Oh. We're just going to send it here. If they Raging Storm, it doesn't feel like a Raging Storm deck. They just feel like they're playing the curve out version. So if we get Raging Stormed, it is what it is, but it's not really worth playing around that. I like the name. Grumpy Randall comes into the chat praising Randall, and then immediately, the immediate Randall punish. That was pretty funny. Alright, good start. Won the dice roll, curved out. And we were versing a purple deck. That was everything that we want with this deck. We want to verse purple, we want to go first, and we want to curve them into oblivion. Alright, this is not a bad looking hand. Ah, wow, no, man, I used to have a dwarf priest back in the day. Alright, what do we like here? I like this 1-drop, I like this 2-drop. I don't love this 3-drop, but sometimes the extra evasive, if we're versing something like green steel, can be really important, so I'm just going to keep that. Alright. Surf Stitch. Alright, so this is probably yellow purple again, but this looks like a slightly more control oriented build. Should probably ink Jeb here. No, I'm gonna ink this Dumbo. So we'll probably go Randall, and then we may go Jeb on 3, which isn't great, but he's kind of overstated, so it's not the end of the world. The rest of the hand's pretty good. Card we really want is Vixie. I don't want to ink this. I don't want to ink this either. I actually wonder whether we just ink Red Alert. Nah, I mean, playing the 2/2 doesn't actually add any value for us. There we go. Because going 2+1 next. Well, Vixie, if they can't bounce the Randall and I can bounce the Willow, it would be pretty nice here. But they can bounce the Randall, so that's unfortunate. Alright, I'm just going to play Jeb. Yeah, I think Dumbo's too slow here. Yeah, Vixie, it's not as good as like playing Isis and challenging something for sure. But like if they hadn't been able to, oof, well played. All right, let's ink the pan, Isis the tree, and off we go. Now we got Ursula coming out next. If they don't ink here, they are very out of gas. But there's the ink. Ooh, that's even. Is that better? I don't think it is. I mean, right now they don't have an answer to the Ursula because they would need to double challenge. Whereas if I play this and they Gaston, we kind of get blown out. Yeah, I mean the bad one would be Horseman Strikes, but if they got it, they got it. Oh, that's a greedy quest. We are going to punish that. Do I want to ink Mrs. Incredible? Not really. Get the Scrooge out though. That's too good. Oof. That was a spicy meatball. Yeah, I'm just gonna boost the Scroogey boy here. I could have cracked the book, but I can crack the book next turn, so we'll just try and get a little bit more value out if we can. The other thing that Vixie's really good for, which isn't relevant here, but you can bounce your own Scrooge if you got a bunch of cards under it, and that can be really important. Boost that damage there. Goes in, makes sense. Alright. And we're going to take a small risk here in Quest. And I'm glad we did. I think we go Dumbo, Cat, and we just ink the book and crack this book. this card I hate dealing with. Alright, we're gonna flood. Yeah, the 4/6 is an absolute nuisance. Not much of my stuff can deal with that. Okay. So we can go Jeb plus Violet into there. So first let's draw a card from the Dumbo. Bounce the Rafiki. Ink the Dumbo. Do this. Draw a card. Jeb has to challenge. Cat has to challenge. And we're just going to try and play the evasive game. Alright, so we can go Vixie into here. We can... No, we don't have the cat anymore. God, look at all these Demonas. Can't quest with the Vixie, and I didn't do the math well there with the Randall, so... Alright, Sven is actually not that bad here. And yeah, we can't really play Demona because we don't have great challenges. You know, what would our challenges look like? It would be Violet into Cat. It would be Rafiki. Alright, well. Draw a card. Let's draw a card. So Violet quests. Violet quests. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on board potentially. So I think we just challenge here. And we should just be able to quest out with a combination of Dumbo triggers. Yeah, this is why I like red purple in this matchup. Like, it just has so many more evasives that the deck really wants to run. Oh, that's clever. Now they can do some boosties. They can maybe remove one of the Randalls. But I don't think that's going to save him. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, no, maybe it will save them. Let's go evasive. Let's bounce you. Let's play this. So this always goes here. This always goes here. This we do the Dumbo. This we do the Dumbo. This we challenge. That's drying. And this we just quest. It's very, very unlikely that they win here unless they have Raging Storm. And even then. So if they had Raging Storm, they probably win. Maybe. Very nice. Yeah, that's what we want to do. We just want to clog up the board with a bunch of evasives and stop them from being able to do their stuff. Alright, what do we got? We got a 1-drop. We can keep Red Alert here. Violet's not. It's not my favorite 3-drop. Alright, this is a much better hand. Alright, we're versing aggro. Cool. It's Ink Demona. That is a very aggressive opener. Alright, well, Ink, Pan. Eleanor. Yep, there it is. Makes sense. Alright, so here, Vixie is about to do the Lord's work. We'll bounce a Pluto. We'll go in there, and then we got Red Alert next time. Put in hand, yes please. I actually don't think we need Mrs. Incredible here. Let's Red Alert the Eleanor and pass the turn. We just want them not to find Dale. Alright, body go. So this feels like a cat turn. So we are a little bit behind here. This mic is a huge headache. What's my opinion of the princesses with Maylin Lee? I don't like the Maylin Lee build. I think it's too unreliable. So let's undo that. Send you here. Let's boost here. We'll put this onto one of the Auroras. I'll challenge in here. Yeah, I prefer the build that's just running like the Nani. Yeah, I think we just quest everything here. Oh, thank goodness we red alerted that. Yeah, I can see if you run enough copies of this card, which is an absolute menace, then you don't need the Peacekeeper shift. I can see that. Alright, fortunately we are super wide right now, so... Alright, so Jeb always goes into here. We boost here. We can move 2 damage to here. And then, so these are all currently hitting for 1, but if we just go boost, 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 now they all hit for 2. I said boost, please. And there we go. Yeah, I think Mickey Mouse Champion is a fantastic card in all the steel matchups. So I really like. I can see the logic of why you might want to cut the Peacekeepers for either Expedition Leaders, which are kind of good in the purple matchups, and Amber Champions, which are great in the steel matchups. Yeah, no, the Queen is. Yeah, I cut that long ago. Um, it just doesn't make sense. I think she's fine in green steel because they're a little bit more limited in their card draw options, but yeah, not in those colors. I don't think. All right, we got 1 drop into 2 drop. Not bad. And we found a 3 drop. Oh, it's boosties. Italian weights. Um. So we may go. I'd love to run out Violet next turn, but we might go Scrooge and do a boost. Inking Jeb. That is what we like to see. So I think it's actually ink here. Boost, boost. Thank God they haven't found Webby's diary yet. This is a ridiculous board state. Dumbo with Jeb is going to be pretty sick here. Horseman strikes, that hurts a little bit. But we do have another evasive here. Alright, well, they've burnt through their whole hand, and they still don't have a draw engine, so. This is all fine. Like, our Ursula quests for the same as their 3 Scrooges. This is what I think. This is why I think this deck is absolutely trash. It's just because it gets killed in the evasive warp. That is a nice little pickup. I think Boosties is just bad. That is my honest opinion. I think it just has such big problems dealing with evasives. I don't like this Bambi. Hopefully we can find something to deal with it. That works. So this one's what, a 7/7? Let's boost here. That's a 7/7. That's a 7/7. This is an 8/8. And we'll just get quested in the air. Yeah, the Bambi, like, I guess they're just trying to find other ways to draw cards, but Bambi just doesn't feel like it's it. This Peter Pan is going to be brutal. And yeah, we're just not letting them draw cards from medallion weights. That's kind of the game plan here. That's fun. Alright, well, I'm sure there's something we can do here. So we can go Isis in here. Go Ursula here. We can boost here. And then they've just got one giant Scrooge, and that's all they've got. Don't think we'll need Liquidator. Alright, so we always kill that. You always quest. And just red alert this. And yeah, like this is just the weakness of this deck. Once your opponent's got evasives out, it becomes very, 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 very difficult. Oh, that's cute. Alright, what was that? 4 or 5 in a row. We're back to 2000 MMR, let's go. After I got absolutely bodied by green purple for a bunch of games. Yeah, I've played a lot of boosties this set, and I just think it's bad. I think if you don't find the diary, you get grinded down. If you do find the diary against an aggressive deck, you just never have time to play it because there's too much pressure. Alright, well, I'm liking this curve. Yeah, I was up to third in the world last night, but then I've started queuing into red purple, so that wasn't great. So I'm going to throw back the Scrooge here. I like the Jeb into Vixie line here. That's why I got rid of Scrooge. Yeah, I played a lot of Circle this set as well. I think it has similar weaknesses. Oh man, you hate to see that. Well, it's not you anymore. I hate this card. This green steel, these openers are just so dumb. Like, God, it's just so brutal. Oh my lord. Well, I can't let him keep drawing cards, but yeah, this just looks like a loss. I mean, I had an okay curve out. It's just like the openers that this deck can pull off are just obscene. Alright, well, I don't mind that. I think I need to get this Dumbo down. Oh my lord. Yeah, that one's in the books. They found Strength, Bolt, and they had Angel. That's too good for me. Yeah, Circle just gets absolutely crushed by Green Steel. People think Red Purple crushes it. I don't really agree. I think Red Purple has a fine matchup into it. I think it's slightly favored, but jeepers when they do the thing. Alright, well. Yeah, when they do the thing, they generate a lot more tempo than we do. A lot of jibs. We want this trade, so we're going to quest. And it's nice having 2 jebs here. That's a little bit of insurance. We just need to keep hitting inkable cards. That one's inkable. I'm actually going to trade here. There's no point value trading because then we get traded back. And I'd rather keep my evasive and send the Isis into the Lexington next turn. We're telegraphing Demona pretty hard here, but it is what it is. I could have inked Demona and gone for a Dumbo line, but this is fine too. Okay. And this is frozen. Oh, so good. That was such a good Demona turn. Alright. Playing it not in Bodyguard. Interesting. And even if they play it in Bodyguard, it still gets eaten pretty bad. Let's go Randall. Scrooge. Boost the Scrooge. We're just going to double trade here. If we keep the board narrow, that's good for us. And yeah, we might be able to do a cheeky bounce the Scrooge to draw a million cards trick. That's fine. Ho 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 ho. So much value. Oh, that was delicious. Oh my god, this is just brutal. Yeah, okay. This is why people think this deck is good into green steel. When you go first and when you open like that, yeah, okay, it's pretty good. That was just like just every turn I just had all the answers. That was brutal. All right. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Oh. All right. Well, let's see if we can win some games on the draw. I did actually have a really good win rate on the draw until my win rate tanked, but it's not because I was on the draw. It's because I was versing green purple, and that matchup's unwinnable on the draw, and I'd say pretty unfavored on the play with the build I'm running. There might be a way to make it better if you run that stupid location that like puts your top card into your discard every turn. Maybe that makes it better. But I don't even know if it does because they play a lot of high strength characters, so it's not trivial. It's yeah, retro device. Green purple retro device is all over the high MMR ladder, so it has been cooking me. It is not the matchup I want to see at all. The red purple is just way too slow. Your most aggressive questers have 1 health, which is a problem in the when you're versing whatchamacallit. Malicious, mean, and scary. That card kind of cooks Randall and dash pass. So, hey, oh no, we lost. I got jebaited by the dice. Stupid animation. All right, what do we got? I kind of like the red alert. I'm gonna just pray to get an evasive here. Be a little bit greedy and keep the Vixie. Oh, that's a good card. No evasive though. That's a better 3-drop. I think we always ink the book. There's no world where we play the book. It's way too slow going second. Yeah, this hand kind of sucks, not gonna lie. But if we hit a Scrooge or a Jeb on the top deck, we are back. That is not Scrooge or Jeb. We are not back, everybody. We are not back. Yeah, retro. I don't know. Retro is it can definitely beat like Eleanor if you just go turn 4 under the sea. But it's just stupid. Like it's super high rolly. So yeah, I don't think it's a very consistent deck. But I think it loses to itself more than I'm comfortable playing. Uh, Honestly, that's fine. Vixie, Cat. And red alerting the Willow is going to be great here. Because it may delay the Nimona turn. Yeah, because I reckon this card's Demona. And they hit an uninkable. Do I want this trade? Gaston. Well, if they go Ink Demona, play Gaston. I mean, that's good tempo. So we can't really Demona right now. We're going to move these onto the Isis. I know. Yeah, I think we had to ink Demona there. That was not really what I wanted. That's not what I want to see either. We may have to be a little bit greedy and Isis the Sven here and just value trade and then hope they don't find gas off the Dumbo. Yeah, we've just been on the back foot all game, unfortunately. Our position's not awful, but oh, okay, that's a problem. Well, at least they don't draw a card with Dumbo. If we hit like Pete and Pan and Tink here, we are back. I don't know about these quests. Yeah, I get to draw 2 cards here. This is not good. Alright, come on, Demona off the top. Let's go. Hit Demona, we go Isis into here, we go Jeb into here. And then we just quest. Oh, that was a good draw. Hopefully they don't know they can Louisa and kill our Dumbo. Rats. It appears our opponent has figured it out. They should just draw a card now. It would be ridiculous not to. We'll go right. We just quest. We need to be a little bit aggressive here and hope our opponent misplays because, yeah, we're just in a bad spot. Don't bounce the book. Don't bounce the book. No. Oh my goodness. How many takebacks does old mate want? Yeah, you should just quest there. That would be a really silly challenge. Alright. Come on, Pan and Tink. Well, we nearly came back after we had a pretty weak opener. So that's nice to see. We can actually check this card now with these challenges. They can do a little trick where if you steal the damage off the Isis, you could pop one of the Pans or you could pop the Randall. They don't do that. which is good news for us. That goes in there. That goes in there. That goes in there. Goes in there. Unfortunately, we have to Demona, and we just have to hope for the best. It's too slow not to, but I mean, we just can't win at this point. Yeah, good game to our opponent. Well played. They did the 1-2-3 thing better than we did. Hey, all right, see what we got. Pretty bad hand. And it's gonna be a little bit greedy and keep XE. Yeah. Yep. Pan into Scrooge into Cat. I don't mind that. And Scrooge, Cat, Red Alert, Mrs. Incredible. Ooh. Well, we appear to be versing an aggressive deck. Yeah, it's retro. This is where Randall shines. But the problem is next turn Red Alert is super slow. Yeah, just go Scrooge, boost, boost. They go trade, retro, put away Randall, we just lose. Like, this is the problem with this deck. It's very slow. Alright, well that's actually really good for us. Because now we can Red Alert their character that they've invested quite heavily into. Because they're probably looking for the retro. Do I think Purple Steel Droid still makes sense? No, I do not. I do not. I think that deck loses so hard to sorry, just let me. It loses too badly to Yellow Purple. So we've got the win on board here. Yeah, the Yellow Purple matchup for Purple Steel is just horrible. So yeah, I'd rather play a different variant of purple that doesn't get bodied by yellow purple so badly, which is sad because I think it's a cool build. They're gonna be like Jebediah Conquest, ho 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 ho, and then along came Dumbo. Ah, we did it! We beat green purple. Oh, we gained 1 rating point. That is amazing. So glad I spent all that effort for that 1 rating point. Yeah, when they shifted the genie, they must have just had an awful hand, because that's not what you want to be doing. All right. Don't need those, and I kind of want a better throw. Violet's fine. Okay. This is a sweet hand. We got Randall into Vixie into Isis. One rating. God, that is so unlucky. Alright, it is yellow purple. So now we really want to draw an inkable card. Bounce the tree, and then we quest for 2. And there is actually an argument to questing the Rafiki here and then getting the double challenge on the crackback. That may well be correct. But yeah, this hand, if we draw an inkable card here and we don't have to ink the Dumbo, we are big cooking. Don't play a cat. Yes! So this, yeah, when you go first, if you're able to bounce yellow purple's ramp card, it's pretty bad for them. And I'm not going to ink here because I like both of these cards. And they're still 2 turns away from Demona, so it's not super easy to punish that. Alright, that's fine, that still doesn't. Yeah, that achieved nothing. Dash Par in yellow purple is not the way to go. It's fine. I'm actually going to ink this and then do that. Yeah. Purple is pretty good. It's a strong color, no doubt. Alright, that was a good rebuttal. We have more ink. We've got a tentative board control. Alright, that's pretty solid for them. Come on, medallion weights. So Cheshire Cat would be a little bit bad here, but it's actually not completely game winning. Alright, so I need to boost here. Play a Dumbo, ink a Dumbo, play a Randall, and quest here. As long as they can't answer the Dumbo, we are looking good. And they can't really Demona us because it probably helps us more than it helps them. Oof, okay. You should probably get the Sven back here, I think. Yep, that makes sense. Yeah, it's pretty good. But now they can't draw another card with the Cauldron. So we do need to watch out for Raging Storm. These Cauldron builds are often on Raging Storm, so we really want to find some card draw in the next few top decks if we can. We probably can't commit more to the board here. Yeah, so we're going to take the Law. That is a really good draw. Yeah, I mean, when you do get the Raging Storm, Cauldron is sick. But when you don't get the Raging Storm, Cauldron is not so good. What do they take here? Another Sven, maybe? Yeah, drawing those 2 books in a row, that was pretty good. Another Ursula. Does that mean they have Raging Storm? No, they don't. I don't like that they inked there. Yeah, that ain't gonna do it. I've got 4 characters who can quest and they can remove 1, maybe a second if they ink Sven, but yeah. There we go. So that was just, with the Vixie, we were just able to tempo them out. So I think we're like 5-2 this session, which has been pretty good, yeah. Alright. That's not a good one. Alright, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, I'm just gonna send 1 back. I like to keep Violet because in some matchups the evasive is very important. If this is green steel, this would be one such matchup. Yeah, Cauldron is, it is absolutely glacial. I'll take the value trade, thank you. And they really need to trade back here. If they let me boost with this cat, it is absolutely ogre. And we got the Ursula follow-up coming out, which is really good. This is one of the matchups that we really want that card with. Alright. If they can't do shenanigans with the Ursula, we're looking good. Cat is very good here. So they have to draw a card, which means this doesn't get resist. So what we're going to do, we're going to boost 1 damage onto the Pegasus. This will do the Angel, this will do the White Rabbit. And bada bing, bada boom, we got control of the board. That was a powerful curve out. Ah, this is one of the higher rated players. Nice, we got 19 wins, 19 points for that win. Climbing back. Hopefully we continue to not run into green purple, because that matchup sucks. The one green purple we built, we got a whole 1 rating point for, so that was pretty sick. Otherwise, we'd only be 2025 right now. Just gonna have a quick look at the leaderboard. Alright. Hey, we're back in the top 50. Nice. I was as high. I would be 5th right now if I had stopped playing last night. Yeah, my win rate's not great. Some of these players have much better win rates. Holy smoke, 68%. That's pretty good. Yeah, so red purple's a deck I'm considering for store champs this set. It's between red purple and princess aggro for me. Those are the two decks I enjoy. Yellow purple I think is very strong, but man, is so boring. Oh, the play patterns are so one-dimensional. You could say the same about red purple, but with red purple I feel like there's a little bit more to selecting your opening hand. Yellow purple is like, do I have my ramp card? No, I'll just pitch 7. Like, awesome, super fun. Hey, we're first again, very nice. 63%, not bad. Don't mind the red alert here. Ooh. We may see the infamous shift. Yeah, 63% is really good. I haven't checked mine in a while. Alright, versus some boosties. That was a good draw. I'm doing it. We're going in. If they answer the pan and tink, we'd probably lose the game on the spot, but that is okay because this is a fun way to play. Ah, there it is. Yeah, I think that's a reasonable position to take. Show me Dumbo. Yeah, this is why you should not shift this card. It just gets punished so brutally. Oh, nah, I think we need to play towards Demona, unfortunately. Dumbo, yeah. Playing Dumbo and doing the thing there was a legitimate consideration. Because our opponent's got a fistful of cards, I think the Demona's just better. This was a good set of cards to draw too. The Randall's really nice here. Oh, that was pretty good. Pan plus boost. So one of the nice things with these boost cards is very easy to spend all your ink with the Randall because you've got a lot of flexibility. Why do they not ink class 10? Are they completely clogged with uninkables or what? Quite puzzled by that. Dang it. Oof. Oh, dang. Man, we're getting cooked. We need Demona. Alright, well, let's try this again. Gosh, our opponents just had all the answers for us this game. Gaston for the Demona. They had Horseman Strikes for the first Pan and Tink. This is my last one. I've only got 2 in this build, so if they take this one out, we are in deep trouble. Not to mention we've already inked 1,000,000 Dumbos. Ah, there's a storm. No? Surely you storm this board. I've got 2 cards in hand. Oof. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Well, hopefully they don't have medallion weights. Otherwise, Jeb is going to see old yellow. That was pretty cool what they did with the Scrooge and the Dellas. That was cool. Dellas does make it much easier to set up the Ohana, I guess. Alright, well, everything's evasive, so that doesn't work. Well, everything's evasive, so that doesn't work. I think I'll do this challenge. I'm gonna put the damage on the Aladdin. No Raging Storm, no Raging Storm, no Raging Storm. No Horseman Strikes. Yeah, I shouldn't have moved the damage. Alright, well. Unless they have some sort of song that can brutalize my board here, this one should be over. Yep. I cannot believe we won this game. I'm legitimately shocked. So we can go 3 plus boost. Plus boost here. And now Randall activates. And we did it. Very nice. Let's just have a quick review of how we went, and then I'm going to call stream and see if there's anyone around to raid. But that went really well. Yeah, we stopped running into green purple, which was nice. That's not the one I wanted. Where is it? My stats. It's like the recent history. Uh, this one. Match history, that's the one. So I think I started Would have been this one was our first game. So we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wins and 2 losses. That's not bad. Yeah, I mean we were getting. We only versed one of the retro deck. All the other matchups were pretty good. Yellow purple's not bad. Princesses is not bad. Boosties, I think we're unfavored, but again, I just think that Boosties deck is, yeah, it just has such a hard time establishing a board while also drawing cards. Like if it wants to draw cards, you have to take a whole turn off to play the diary, and that's just awful. It's too slow. And then yeah, just lots of yellow purple, so not bad. Let's see where we ended up. We ended up 28th. Not bad. Yeah. Ah, and we beat this player earlier who's ranked 3rd, so that was pretty cool. Peak 2150. Yeah, I beat this player last night. That was cool. I went first and just curved them into oblivion, which is kind of what this deck does. Anyway, I'm wrapping up stream. Let's see if there's any other Lorcana streams online, and then I will be on my merry way. Thank you all for joining, and please click follow if you're enjoying it. All right, Lorcana. All right, there is a streamer called Darkside Brian. It's raid Darkside Brian. Everybody jump in and say hello. Does that work still? Or is it /raid? Yeah. There we go. Everyone, show in. Send them some good vibes. Do all that nice thing that we do in Twitch. And I will hopefully see you all in the next stream.